thing?
I love competitions. Firstly, because I think I'm like innately competitive, and so I like winning. I like competing and I like beating people and I like winning or trying to. I don't actually win that often typically, but also I love the emotions, like the highs and the lows. Like the emotions you feel when you compete are indescribable. Like almost nothing compares. So there was British Bouldering Champs recently, and it clashed with a couple of internationals, and so it was a bit more open. There was still like a decent women's field, but it was a bit more open than usual. But I was like, oh, I want to do well at this comp. And like for the first time, I kind of would walk around saying like, oh, I'm gonna win it. Like on qualies and semis day, I mentioned it to some of my competitors, like, oh yeah, like I'm here to win. Like it was finals was on my mom's birthday. I was like, oh, I'm gonna win for my mom's birthday. And like the pressure you feel with that and the like moments of self-doubt, like you'll be on a climb, you're like, oh, I'm going to drop this move. And you have to be like, no, I'm not. And then throughout the whole finals round, which is like what it all comes down to, I have to stay calm through the first ones. I have to control the nerves. And then like you execute on that first boulder. So then you move to the next one and then you get yourself a bit more hyped up because maybe it's not a slab climb anymore. Maybe it is, but you just like, you need to stay in touch with your emotions so that you can control them. And then it gets like the last two boulders and like the whole comp rides on it and you're just like angry, or I have to get like angry and like, I'm not actually here to kill someone, I'm not murderous or homicidal, but like I'm here to fuck shit up, which is really fun. And like just the calm to the anger to then I stuck this paddle diner that like no one else stuck, and like the sheer joy when you stick that, you're like, oh my God, how on earth did I make this moment happen? It's just like, oh, wow. I don't know. There's just such a roller coaster of emotions.
I bet it is.
And then like when you do badly, it's just, you just want to cry. Well, you do. You just like cry, sob uncontrollably, and then you're like, okay, I never want to feel this again. I mean, you're gonna do bad again, you're gonna bomb, you're gonna cry yourself to sleep for like 3 nights in a row. It's kind of part of the deal. But then you just like, every now and then you get those like unbelievable highs and it makes all of it worth it. So you just chase them.
The high is the victory.
Yeah. The victory, like as in you got first place, or you just had a moment. You had one boulder which you topped. You had a move that you stuck, and in that moment it was magic. There was Quiff semis a few years ago when I made finals. There was this one boulder that I topped, and I'm like, I would look back on that video for like 2 years afterwards to get me psyched, to get me through the hard sessions, because I was like, that moment is what I do it for. Right. That moment of euphoria of, oh my God, how did it work? And so maybe my why makes me an emotional person, or my being an emotional person gives me my why. Nice. But yeah, they're all deeply interlinked, and on the mats I'm like focused or angry or mad. I'm like fairly expressive, but it helps me, even though maybe I come across sometimes as a dick or sometimes as happy, and I don't know. Yeah, it's like whatever is good for you on that day. Like when you're not number one in Britain or near number one in Britain, like making a final or placing 10th or whatever, that's your victory. That's like, if you think that's the max you could do on that day, if you climbed out of your skin, then that's the win. Right. And then it's really cool when on that day you can be like, oh wow, my climbing out of my skin, my best moment is being the best in Britain. You're like, ah shit, this is unbelievable. I never want to stop.